So this was a... But I would like to give you now the opportunity to play with it. Anybody who's interested to make a little performance for us?
Okay.
Hey.
Only one?
Huh?
Only one person?
No.
Oh.
As much as they are there.
Okay.
Want to do that. Well, to make it easy, because we have so many different things to control, the first thing you do is just I make a sort of basic setting, and you are more or less playing only with this with number 5, so with the crossfade.
Okay.
Yeah. So I make sort of basic setting. Reverb is down. This is up.
I play the other ones too.
Start with this and then you can do the others. Before you leave, I would like to ask you, how was, what did you experience?
It's cool. I don't know. It was really fun just hearing the sounds fade in and out, and especially since it was pretty random. Is really fun moving back and forth and always getting a different sound, but also being able to manipulate sounds somewhat with the high pass filter and stuff, and is cool.
So I think the interesting thing is that on the one hand you have some control, but on the other hand you have no control.
Yeah.
So this challenges you. It's like if you're improvising with yourself or with a system that gives you something, and you have to cope with that and respond. Yeah? So it's up to you. This is the volume.
I'm sorry, is 5 the crossfit?
The price 5 is the
Okay.
crossfit,
Match
and this is the volume.
This is volume, and where's the high pass filter?
The high pass for the sound, for the noise is here.
Oh, the F number
F
is
is
the.
the number of this.
Got it. Okay.
Got it, yeah?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take your place in the middle.
Such neatly labeled patches. Yeah. Glad you're looking at his and not mine.
Marvelous. Yes, thank you all for this very 4 quite different performances. And before we leave, we have 6 more minutes. I would like to ask you about the differences of those 4 performances.
Well, it seemed like Zach had generally gradual changes, except for when he switched up to almost silence because he went up to the voice, but with the high pass filter really high. And then I guess everyone else seemed to have some quicker changes, but not all quicker changes.
I saw Nick, this guy here, he put on lots of reverb right away, and then I thought his changes were pretty gradual, but he seemed to be messing with the high pass filters quite a bit and pretty intentionally and stuff. I thought that was cool.
My question is, what's about the way of expressing something personally? Do you have the feeling that you could come to a point where you really wanted to create something that you wanted?
You can, yeah. I feel like you can become more fluid with it once you become even more like you can become even more responsive to the samples, and then the voice is something that you just constantly mingle and where it's appropriate. And I thought that the filters do the most for you as far as expression, because you can have those moments of where it was near silence and you're expecting something, but you're not
Mhm.
sure what's going to come next. You can also, it's actually, I thought the filters were an easy way to transition in the convolution from one side to the next. Using some sort of up or down with the filter can change the whole way you're hearing it.
Yeah.
And I think the more you become fluid with knowing just each sound and what all the possibilities of sounds that you can make from this, I think then you can definitely express yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
easier to express
Mhm.
yourself than just trying to mess around.
But what always hits me is the fact that these different parameters are not independent. No? So you come to a situation
Right.
where a certain setting of parameters creates something, and at the moment when you just change a little bit, everything collapses, and that makes it so interesting. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that it's not a, it's like an unpredictable machine which you can control to a certain amount, but in the end it's an animal that rides you.
On the convolution, especially going towards the sample side,
Mhm.
it's almost immediate when you leave.
Yeah.
When you leave the right hand side,
Yeah.
going over, it's almost immediate, and then
Mhm.
coming back, it's hard to catch
Uh-huh.
on to the voice
Uh-huh.
again. So I kind of try to express the voice as sort of actually more of an ambience than the
Okay.
ambient noises,
Yeah.
you know,
Uh-huh.
because that is something
Mhm.
harmonic of the language.
Maybe you could have the program load random sound bites when it starts.
Okay, everything is possible. But as I consider this as mainly as a composition for a certain purpose, I was fixing the sounds. But of course, it would be possible to use another thing into it.